I met my wife, I'll call her Anna, during our first year of university. We dated all the way through school and got married right after her graduation. Things were genuinely happy for a while. Then Anna discovered a lump in her right breast. I encouraged her to have it checked out. She was reluctant, but she ultimately did because breast cancer runs in her family. And sure enough, that's what it was. The good news, if you can even call it that, was that the cancer was extremely treatable with chemo and radiation. But based on her family history, her doctor also recommended a double mastectomy. That put Anna in a really dark place. I suggested therapy. She refused and told me never to bring it up again. So I did everything I could on my own. I took time off work to be at every single appointment. I took on 100% of the household chores, inside and out. I did all the shopping. I drove her everywhere she wanted to go. I planned special dates for us. I gave her an hour-long foot massage every single night. I literally did whatever I could think of. About 6 weeks into her treatment, Anna said she wanted to go stay with her sister Sarah for a week. Honestly, that relieved me. I was burning the candle at both ends and thought some time apart would help us both. 2 nights into her stay, she called me. And she told me she wanted a divorce. She said she had read a lot about men who abandon their wives when they get sick. And she had decided she was going to leave me before I could leave her. I cannot put into words how much that crushed me. I loved this woman. She was my everything. I begged her to reconsider. I told her I had never, not even once, thought about leaving. I asked her again to go to therapy. She refused. I asked her to do couples therapy with me. She said no. I asked her what I could possibly do to convince her I wanted to stay. She said there was nothing I could do. I was a man, and therefore I would leave. End of story. It took about a year to finalize the divorce because of where we live. I sold the house and split the proceeds with her. I put in a transfer at work and moved to a town about 2 hours away. I got a dog. I started hiking. I started gardening. I went on a few dates but nothing serious. I was just trying to put myself back together. Then, out of the blue, Anna called me 3 weeks ago. She said she had been in town with friends and saw me, and all of her old feelings rushed back. She said she was sick and out of her mind at the time, and that I couldn't hold her words or actions against her. She said she still loved me. That she always had. She begged me to give her another chance. I was so confused. If I'm being honest, I still loved Anna, but I was no longer in love with her. She had broken my heart. It had taken me a long time to get my head right again. But I also knew she had genuinely been in a dark place because of the cancer. Did I owe it to her and to what we had to at least hear her out? A lot of people told me to meet her in person, that it would tell me everything I needed to know. So I texted her and suggested coffee. She jumped at it. She was already there when I arrived. She got up and hugged me. I let her, but I didn't hug her back. We sat down. I asked her to stay quiet while I talked. I told her everything. I told her how devastated I had been. I told her I would have stayed through anything. I told her I had never once thought about leaving. I told her how broken I was after she filed. I told her how hard it had been to pull myself back together. And I told her that even if I wanted to try again, I would always be waiting for the next time something went wrong, wondering if she would run again. She got mad and interrupted me. She said I was being unfair. That I wasn't taking her mental health into consideration. That she hadn't been thinking straight, but that now she was. So I asked her, had she been to therapy? She said no. She had no plans to go. And she didn't need it. I asked her why she had done it. Just, why? It was the one question I had wrestled with for years. She said she had gone looking for support groups and found a lot of women with stories about their partners leaving. She mentioned Reddit, actually. She said she had talked it through with her sister Sarah, who had tried to talk her out of it. But between social media and some of her friends, Anna felt like she had to go through with the divorce to be seen as a strong woman. That is word for word what she said to me. She broke my heart and threw away our entire relationship because somehow, in her mind, that was what being strong looked like. She started trying to convince me we could get back together. I told her flat out that wasn't going to happen. I just couldn't trust her. I would always be waiting for it to happen again. She cried. She tried to convince me for a while longer. When I finally got up to leave, she threw her iced coffee in my face and stormed out. So yeah. We are definitely not getting back together. I have the closure I always wanted. I just wish it felt better. I keep wondering if there was something I could have done differently, some way I could have saved us. But I know there wasn't. I blocked her number. And I kind of hope I never hear from her again. Top comments. 7.9k upvotes, Fleetst. I took the chance to ask her if she'd been to therapy. She told me she hadn't, and that she had no plans to, and that she didn't need it. She did, in fact, need it. 7.8k upvotes, fan1516. The whiplash between "you can't blame me, I was having mental health issues and I don't and will never need therapy" is wild. 7k upvotes, Easternad9212. Oof, talk about pathological self-sabotage. 3.4k upvotes, Funanjiki. Nothing says "I don't need therapy and you should forgive me for leaving you" quite like throwing iced coffee into someone's face. 1.2k upvotes, Fatigue Error. When I got up to leave, she threw her iced coffee in my face and stormed out. Even now, she has to be the one that walks away. After all that, when he got up to leave, she had to be the one that stormed out. She hasn't changed. At all. And refused to get the help that could help her change. 881 upvotes, Archangel LBC. This one is so heartbreaking. Him begging her not to go through with the divorce, desperately trying to get her to go to therapy, doing everything he could think of to lighten the mental load, all of that was him trying to care for her mental health. She just refused to accept it. I'm glad he chose not to get back together. I hope he's found healing and happiness. 750 upvotes, Ambitious Eddie. I can understand making a bad decision when faced with something life-altering like she went through. But doubling down on it even after, even when trying to get her husband back, is something else entirely. Good on him for walking away. 640 upvotes, Johnny Echo. The only thing he could have done better is dodge the iced coffee. 430 upvotes, A1B2C3000. Bullet dodged. Living with that lingering feeling of "will she leave me if the wind blows in a direction she doesn't like" in the back of your head isn't worth it.